Hello again, this is Neil with Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. I'm very excited for this next play because we're at one of my favorite missions and we get introduced to one of my favorite characters. And we get to really kind of go ham on a couple other things like paint job and the garage shop and build. So here we go. I know this is super unromantic, but the first thing that I'm going to do is do the paint job, because, yeah, it is bothering me, like before, that we looked like Evangelion, or at least the mech from Evangelion, and now we kind of look like one of the mobile suits from, although it's one of my favorite Gundam series, Iron-Blooded Orphans. I don't remember which one, but I don't like looking like anything. I'd like to make something myself. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do here, because I am going to get a little bit particular, I will have an idea where I want to match something resembling the Raven kind of concept for color schemes. Which, sure, they may appear to entirely be black, but they are also, I don't remember what it's called, effervescent, phosphorescent, you know what I mean. They have a lot of blue and maybe green hues to them. Also, I want to make it look, you know, kind of like how I would dress in the real world. I've got blonde hair, and I wear very bright yellow shoes. I like wearing my blue jeans and bright colors, so almost Hawaiian shirts. So what I'm gonna do is edit this so that it looks like I instantaneously did the paint job. And ta-da, it's done. I have entirely ignored, as you can see, the Raven concept of RGB. Instead, what I did was I made the Armored Core look kinda like me. Here's what we did. Made the hair, or the top part, blonde, roughly like my color. And then I thought of the yellow hat that I have, that I got from Japan for the teams that I watched play baseball. So I've got mostly black, I've got yellow, and I've got white. So then, for the, let's go with the pants, because that's what I did next, was the jeans with my bright yellow shoes. And that's pretty much it, except for the leather belt that I often wear. So I threw that in there for the third color here, for the support. Because, you know, they're supporting my pants staying on. Next, with these ones, I picked the blue, or pastel blue, to represent my favorite kind of simple summery shirt that I wear. And then I picked orange to represent the second favorite orange shirt that I wear. And then finally, because it's t-shirts and summertime and I'm wearing those simple blue and orange button-up t-shirts, or at least short sleeves, I googled Caucasian skin tones and just made the arms thus, with the pastel blue. So there we go. That's the new color spec. Next, I know that I'm going to be going into this mission. So what I want to do next is build the appropriate armored core. The gun is good, the sword is good. From here, what do we got on the back? There we go. We're going to want to unequip those and sell these as much as possible. The boss at the end of this, again, my favorite. It definitely benefits from having vertical missiles. Missiles that go straight up and then straight down. because it has a giant shield for a face. Booster, generator, we're probably going to be keeping the same. Let's see. And buy. Shotgun would also do really well here. This laser, depending on what you like to use, this one is also a really good bet. This you wouldn't go wrong with. Does good damage. It has a big AoE. It's good, if that's your preference. So here we go. For me, what we want are between these two. These are, through the entire game, one of my favorite sets of missiles. I want to make sure... Okay, this one takes up a little less energy to load it up. And I would like to mix a couple things, so... Meaning I want to have a variety of weapons. Some enemies in here take more damage from physical, and some take more damage from like plasma, like these missiles. So that's why I like to mix a little bit. Vertical for the right, we'll do that, and vertical for the left, we'll do the plasma one. Next, let's sell anything that we don't need. Remember, I prioritize quite a bit the firearm specialization. Armor can come from elsewhere. That firearm specialization comes exclusively from the arms. So, for the arms, I prioritize that. There we go. Let's see. The core. This is for sure my favorite core. It's very heavy, sure, but for the weight, it offers a lot of armor. That was a lot of money that we just lost there. For the legs, I don't necessarily need them to be extremely fast. Like these ones offer. So, but we do want to be able to jump over the boss with relative ease. Let's look at the head first. Which one offers a decent amount of armor and whatnot. There we go. It's between these two. This one's a bit more armor. And it's cheaper. There we go. Ooh, overburdened. Let's see. Do those other legs help us out here? So close. This one would have energy shortfall. This one doesn't quite meet. We're so close. Regrettably, it might be my favorite core that's eating this up. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just missing it on both accounts. Lords and ladies, it's a real bummer. I know I'm zipping through this, but this is actually a lot of the fun. Getting to build your mech or your armored core. Let's... Oh, come on. Come on. We have an energy shortfall here. But it says... Really don't want to have to switch out that. Alright. Let's see. See if we have to switch out the weapon. Nope. And we don't have any new generators that we can pick up yet. Additionally, my missiles here, they're the ones that are hurting us, I think, for... See. We're still short there. Well. Wonder. Okay, I guess we're going with this generator. Let's see how this goes. We got everything that we want. Except for maybe that big core that I like. Ooh. There's a lot of Melander going on here. Let's see if there's anything that we can sell that we don't need. No, we're using pretty much everything. Ooh. That core we would be able to get to fit if we can afford it. We're about 120 short. Is there anything that we can sell at all? Yes. And let's do the training missions, and then we'll be able to afford it. Cool. Double trigger, meaning if you have two weapons, you can fire both of them at once. Nothing fancy. Quick boost, we've already been using that quite a bit. That was quick. Except for my complete lack of efficiency. Ooh. I think that might be my favorite booster. And one of my favorite FCS parts. Oh, and the generator. Jesus. I think we might have just got some of my favorite items instead of having to go to the shop. What a silly gentleman I must be. Reverse joint legs. These jump higher. Make it easier to do aerial. So, look how high it jumps. Right away. And then this is saying that there are some AoE weapons. So if we jump up here, hit all of them. Especially since... Oh right, and these plasma shoulder weapons are also AoEs. And yeah, reverse joints jump much easier. That one's telling us some weapons do more damage to certain enemies, meaning that they might have resistances. This is saying that energy weapons can overheat. This is saying that you might, depending on distance and defenses and weaponry, etc., do ricochet damage instead of full damage. So it's a good idea to get rid of shields and stagger things before trying to do your damage. Additionally, it tells you to get into the correct range before using a weapon. Now let's see if that generator saved my butt and we got more money. I don't really like pistols, as I mentioned before. You have to pull the trigger each time. Oh, look at that. That thrust. That quick boost thrust. Love these booster. There we go. This one's really good for close range. I like having a more well-rounded mix for FCS, so we're gonna sell that. That generator is much heavier, but it gives out great energy output. However, you have to balance... Here, let's look at that. You have to balance the recharge and capacity a little bit better, so you have to pay more attention when you're actually in use. There we go. Let's see if we can use that cord that I really like. The booster I like. Oh. It's a bit heavier on the weight, but generator output's nice. Either one would really work. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that thing. That's what we're using. We're gonna climb the wall with this. So all that is to say, do your training missions, get the money, get the items. It'll be a lot easier. Then you don't have to fuss around with the garage nearly as much, or the shop, like what we did.
This request comes straight from Archivist headquarters. They want you to assist with a mission the corporations are calling Operation Wallclimber.
This is V2 Snell, leader of the Vesper 2nd Squad. I will chair the briefing for this mission. This is an operation of my own design. Consider it a privilege to be called to participate. You will be attacking The Wall, a key trading outpost fortified by the Rubicon Liberation Front. The rabble have formed a defensive line comprised of artillery and MT squads. Break through the line, then make your way to the top of the wall. There you shall find the Juggernaut, a mobile heavy artillery platform. Destroy it. V4 will also be participating in this mission, infiltrating through a separate route. However, be aware that Balaam has also taken a crack at the wall, only for their vainglorious hopes to be dashed. Do try not to die like a dog out there.
Your objective is to take the Liberation Front fortress, the Wall. Show them you're worth the credits, 621.
So that guy that we're going to be meeting up with, V4 Rusty, he's by far one of the best characters. He's your buddy. I think anybody who plays or watches this game will enjoy him.
Commence mission. We'll start by clearing the way for Archivist. Take out the Gatling cannons protecting the city, and the Baus Tetrapod MT further in. There's heavy fire coming from up top. 621, keep an eye out for cover.
You'll never climb the wall, corporation dog! Cool! Abide with Rubicon!
Okay, so in this mission, I would highly suggest doing as I did, going around on the left side. If you go straight up the guts, it's going to be real difficult. You're going to cause a lot of pain for yourself. Don't do it. Don't do like I was doing just now. Use your sword. Doesn't cost any ammo to use. Then take out those snipers, those artillery items. If you don't, fighting this bro is going to be much more difficult. Got him.
Baus Tetrapod MT eliminated.
Then once you've taken him out,
Reduces the threat in the city.
you can go and
Cannons against. Destroy the targets.
take these guys. Is he trying to hit me? Poor guy.
The friendly MT squad will take care of the city.
There we go.
Access the bulkhead. and
Aside
break
from
into
that... Sorry to be interrupting him so much. Where is he? There he is. Okay. Back to it. You may recognize this guy from a previous mission. This is... G4's last words. Video record extracted from a wreck. An incomplete message sent from one member of the Red Guns to another, apparently just before death. Iguazu, I'm telling you, man, you gotta give Michigan a chance. He's different from the suits at HQ. Look, I know he's an asshole, but he's looking out for us, you know? Almost like we got a family here. Man, if there's anyone who deserves punching out, it's the freaks who sent us on this suicide mission. You picked a good day to go AWOL. Wish I, and then it cuts out. So that's Volta, the guy that you ran into in one of the previous missions, or we ran into. And he's referring to Iguazu, the other guy that you met on that mission. Because we like money, and because we aren't restarting any of these missions, what I'm gonna do real quick is find some more of the enemies over here. There he is. There we go. Oh, there's 2 more. 3 more. Those sneaky little buggers. Reverse joint legs would have been useful there.
Confirmed. You're inside the wall.
Let's move on with the mission.
For close quarters combat. Do you read me? This is V4 Rusty.
Another great option for this mission would actually be...
Sharper than they'd say. I'll have to step up my own game. Vesper is an elite. But remember, even Balaam couldn't crack the wall. Don't count on him too much.
Keep them back up! We're taking too much fire!
Okay, so a couple other things. With this mission, it would be very much worthwhile, instead of using the bazooka, to use a shotgun. For all the same reasons, except it grants you more mobility. It's lighter, shoots faster, doesn't hit as hard, but it also doesn't stop you from moving, like what I'm using. Another good option would be to use reverse joint legs, because they help you to jump, get verticality,
621.
and
Dispatched a supply Sherpa.
we'll be seeing
Make
them
sure
pretty
you
soon.
resupply.
In these longer missions, or just before you meet a boss, you can resupply and get repairs. Super nice. And that was really rare in the previous Armored Cores. The first 3 happened, I think, very rarely. And in this game, they expanded a lot. There are some longer missions, there are some bigger bosses. So, they give you it a bit more. This is Rusty.
You must be Raven.
One of the infamous handler Walter's hounds. Interesting. You ready to climb the wall? That's the Juggernaut, a heavy mobile cannon. I wouldn't recommend taking it head on. It won't be able to keep up with steel hands. I'll distract it while you hit its blind spot. That's the stuff. Walter knows how to pick 'em. Shit, it's coming.
Energy management is really important in this one, whenever possible.
Raven, I just got an update from Snail at command. We've got enemy reinforcements incoming. If I don't intercept them, we're both toast. I hate to leave you like this. You'll have to finish without me.
He's gone. So much for a decoy.
Watch out for those missiles, or those mines. Whenever possible, launch your vertical missiles, because it'll be nice and almost always hidden. Get up behind them, hit them with everything you've got every time you can. Especially
Confirmed,
that
Juggernaut
sword.
destroyed. Operation Wallclimber is a success. That pilot, Rusty, it seems he knew who you really are. It won't matter. I've taken that contingency into account.
That was easy.
One new message.
We're war buddies now. I think I should tell you something. During Operation Wallclimber, Arquebus was planning to sacrifice you. The plan was to use independent mercenaries to clear the way so that the Vespers could step in and take over. But instead, you took the wall. The higher-ups are going to remember you now, that's for sure. As will I.
Ooh, new exercise in the training. New parts in the shop. Did we learn our lesson? Let's do our training. Get some money. Get some loot. Tetrapods. A unique feature in this game is that you can hover with these, saving a lot of energy when you're flying around, and if you need altitude for a long time. If you remember that big, giant mobile base that we destroyed a couple missions ago, this would have been really useful then. In previous games, the only real benefit that the quad-head legs gave you was they allowed you to shoot those, oh, what's with this leg? The benefit of the quad legs in previous games was that you could shoot back weapons while still moving. If I remember correctly, maybe in the air, and they offered a bit more weight. And they were relatively quick. Later on, at least in the really early ones actually, I should say first, they skidded along the ground, just drifting real quick. So they were also very mobile. Later on they made them start walking, and that made it a little less viable. Notice that you can also shoot while flying around in these, even when it's no recoil. That's nice. There we go. Just a training mission. It's a great grenade launcher. If you like those big boom booms, right or left hand, that's a good item. You know what? I'm kind of anxious about that weird lag that we were having just a moment ago in the previous training mission. I'm going to restart real quick, be right back, and launch the next training.